Alright guys, I am back with my review of Ring of Honor's Final Battle 2013. And the first match is Matt Hardy versus Adam Page. Matt Hardy is back. Some type of contract storyline, which is why he's able to come back. Matt Hardy actually got a ton of heat in this match. He got a great heel reaction here. Fans just absolutely hate Matt Hardy. And Adam Page kicked out of 2 side effects, but he really got no reaction at all for this. And then Matt Hardy hits the Twist of Fate for the win. So that was it. That was the opening match. And it was okay only because Matt Hardy got so much heat. Then it's Silas Young versus Mark Briscoe in a strap match. And I thought these guys worked really hard out there. And usually I hate this gimmick, but this was good. And I actually think Silas Young is getting over as a heel. At least I find him entertaining. He's good in the ring, he's got decent mic skills, and his character is really basic, traditional heel. I'm a real man and you're not, but it works. So they had a decent match here, and Silas Young gets Mark Briscoe on his back, and he's going around hitting all 4 corners, and right behind him, Mark Briscoe's hitting all 4 corners. So you think at the end, Mark Briscoe's going to screw him over, hit the last corner, Mark Briscoe's going to win the match. But at the end, at the last corner, Mark Briscoe goes to sunset flip Silas Young, and Silas just powers out and hits the last corner for the win. ACH and Tadarius Thomas versus the Young Bucks. Really good match here. The best match on the show for me personally. And there were really only 2 things that I thought were really good on this show. One of them was this match, and the other thing was Chris Hero's return. That was pretty much it. But this was a really good match here. The Young Bucks got a great reaction. They were doing a lot of crotch chops for some reason. I guess that's their new thing. But I thought this match was over like 3 different times, especially after the Young Bucks hit that double team tombstone pile driver. That shit was crazy. But the Young Bucks win after the moonsault 450 combo, and everybody wanted the Young Bucks to win this match. So I'm glad the Young Bucks went over here, but at the same time, they really did a good job making Adrenaline Rush. ACH and Tadarius Thomas look strong here. It's Kevin Steen versus Michael Bennett in a stretcher match. And Kevin Steen is just beating down Mike Bennett. It's actually a squash match up until this point. So he's just beating him down. And he puts him on the stretcher, and Maria blocks it. So Steen runs and dives over the top rope onto the stretcher. Then he just destroys the stretcher. So how are you going to win the match? It's no DQ. But Mike Bennett hits a box office smash on Steen through 2 tables, and then Steen hits a brainbuster onto a standing chair, and then he sets up 3 chairs. He picks Mike Bennett up and hits the package pile driver on top of the chairs. I have no idea how these 3 chairs held these guys up. That shit was crazy, but Steen gets the win. The ref just stops the match after this. So Mike Bennett can no longer use the pile driver in Ring of Honor, and afterwards Steen hits the package pile driver on Maria. But this was a good match, despite the silliness with the stretcher. This next match, oh my god. I honestly feel like I wasted time out of my life that I can never get back watching this next match. So Prince Nana comes out, and he's talking about how Outlaw Inc. are going to become the new tag team champions. Red Dragon comes out, and they say that Outlaw Inc. will never defeat them. Then they hit Chasing the Dragon on Prince Nana. Outlaw Inc.'s music hits. They're supposed to make this grand entrance. It's taking a while, so they're building up anticipation. And then Kingston just walks through the crowd, and Homicide just walks through the curtain. Kingston's not even wearing his clown mask. And the fans gave these guys no reaction at all. They did not care about these two whatsoever. Then they had the match, which lasted way too long. This was so boring. This was absolutely terrible. The fans were chanting in this match. It was so bad, but the ref takes a bump. Red Dragon hits Chasing the Dragon with a chair instead of a kick on Homicide for the win. Thank God it was over. I don't know if I had anything else to say about this one. That's not even the same match. Oh, okay, so afterwards, I almost forgot about this. Afterwards, Homicide tries to break the fingers of a security guy, then he hits the Gringo Killer on him, and Eddie Kingston cuts a heel promo. No one really cared, and then they just walk away. So that was it. Thankfully, this was it. So we get Ciampa versus Matt Taven for the TV title. Actually, before I go on to that, Red Dragon, the whole focus, and I really like Red Dragon, I do. In fact, I can't even believe Outlaw Inc. got a bad match out of these two guys, but Red Dragon's entire purpose was to get back at Davey Richards. The name of the team, the merchandise, all the focus is on how the D and the R stand out, the initials of Davey Richards. What are they going to do with Red Dragon now that Davey Richards is gone? Because they just came out with a new t-shirt with the D and the R capitalized. So, what the hell? What happens now? I hope they don't break him up, but it's kind of weird that they're going to keep going with this whole Davey Richards thing when he's not even with the company anymore. The next match is Tommaso Ciampa versus Matt Taven for the TV title. Ciampa hits a white noise on a piece of the barricade. Then he hits the running knee on Taven. He goes for it again, but Scarlett jumps in the way and tries to shield Taven. So Ciampa just knees her in the face, which I did not expect at all. Then Truth tries to get involved. Ciampa lays him out. And then he hits Project Ciampa on Casey Ray. I have no idea where Silesia is. She just kind of disappeared. So he destroys the House of Truth. Then he makes Taven tap out to some type of Rings of Saturn move. And he gets the win. New TV champion. And this was a very short match. This match should have actually gotten some time. If anything, they should have cut that horrible fucking tag match short. It's Eddie Edwards and BJ Whitmer versus Jay Lethal and Roderick Strong. And Eddie Edwards was supposed to have this great mystery partner because of the whole Davey Richards situation, which just goes to show you that Davey Richards' actions don't just affect Davey Richards. And Nigel gets in the ring and says Eddie's partner is BJ Whitmer because he wants to have one last match in Ring of Honor and end things on his terms. So it was very disappointing, to say the least. Match was just okay. Eddie rolls up Roderick Strong for the win. Afterwards, Jay Lethal puts Eddie Edwards over on the mic. Then he leaves. Then Eddie is giving his farewell speech. He hugs BJ Whitmer. BJ turns on him. And Roderick Strong and BJ Whitmer beat him down. Then Jimmy Jacobs prances out. And he says, "It makes me sick to see guys like you come and go in Ring of Honor." And it was so fucking stupid. So then he grabs the spike. He stabs Eddie Edwards in the head with the spike. And that was it. Eddie's last match in Ring of Honor. Davey Richards wasn't even there. It was very lackluster. And there's a new heel stable that formed with BJ Whitmer, Roderick Strong, and Jimmy Jacobs. So the main event is Michael Elgin versus Adam Cole versus Jay Briscoe for the world title. And this match, it was good, probably a little too long. But Elgin and Jay chokeslam Cole through a table. Then they go through a table. And Cole gets in the ring. He's watching the referee count them out. He's excited like he's going to win. And he probably would have. But then he distracts the referee and stops the count while Matt Hardy runs over and hits the twist of fate on Jay. Then he tries to hit it on Elgin. Elgin fights him off and gets back in the ring. And they're using this whole Adam Cole has aligned himself with Matt Hardy thing. And I think it's good because Hardy does get a ton of heat. So hopefully that will rub off on Cole. But then some other crap happens. Mark Briscoe runs out. The Briscoes beat down Hardy. Elgin powerbombed Adam Cole over the top rope on top of everyone, which was cool. Then Elgin kicks out of two Jay Drillers. Cole runs in, super kicks Elgin, or super kicks Jay, and rolls Elgin up for the win. And that was the end of the match. So Cole retains the title here. Afterwards, Adam Cole and Matt Hardy lay everyone out. Chris Hero returns. He comes through the crowd, hits the rolling elbow on both of them, and says he's back. That was the end of the show. So I thought this was a pretty disappointing show. I mean, Final Battle is the biggest show of the year for Ring of Honor. You really expect something great. And it really had a good Young Bucks tag team match and the return of Chris Hero. That was it. The main event was good, but probably too long. And I really can't think of anything else. I mean, this could have been any show. Border Wars, Glory by Honor, the anniversary show, anything. And it still would have been a bad show. But for Final Battle, it just makes this whole thing even worse. So that's my review. Hope you guys liked the video. Leave your thoughts on the show in the comments, and thanks for watching.